Well, hello there, everyone. It is great to be with you on Inspirations for Your Life. I hope you guys are having, a fantastic day. So, it is great to be with you on the show. If you're just tuning in, I want to say thank you and welcome. If you're coming back, I definitely want to say welcome back and thank you very, very much for being here. All right, guys. So we have another great master topic for the week. Let me share what that is in case you missed Saturday, because we go Saturday to Friday, and is the power of motion, lessons in continuous growth, series 4, show 47, and today's granular is adaptation and change, series 4, show 47, episode number 4. So welcome everyone. It is so great to have you all with me. Again, if you're new here, feel free to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my, of course, amazing, inspiring creations, which, by the way, you can do 24 hours a day after the show by visiting believemeachieve.com. So definitely check that out later on. If you're thirsty, I have a delicious hot chocolate Swiss Miss. Feel free to go get yourself some hot cocoa, maybe some water, maybe a snack, a different beverage, nuts, fruit, whatever it is, and come on back to the show. But without any further ado, guys, I want to go ahead and kick this show off. All right. Sounds like a good idea. Okay. So, welcome everyone once again to the ever popular Inspirations for Your Life show. I am your host, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. And yes, I am also an engineer, a marketing specialist, a video producer, a podcast host, and a coach, a graduate student, and a passionate lifelong learner. And it is my privilege and pleasure to be with you here on the show because each day I guide you through strategies, tips, and tricks to ignite your motivation, your passion, and elevate your leadership skills to achieve personal and business greatness. You know, what we're going to be talking about today is an episode that unlocks the secrets behind adaptation and change. Nobody likes change because they don't know what it is. And so they become fearful in the beginning until they get comfortable with it, right? Proving why motion truly means progress. Let's get inspired together, all right? The journey of growth starts right now. So if you're ready, I know I'm ready. If you got your beverage, if you got your snack, well, why don't we just go ahead and kick this show off now with our very first point. And that first point, guys, is this: motion equals adaptation in progress. Really delicious. Every step of motion you make drives real change. That's progress because, progress isn't passive, it's a result of deliberate actions. Don't wait for inspiration, move toward it. Each forward motion plants seeds for your future success. Number two, change its iterative motion. Growth doesn't happen overnight. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, John, it's got to happen overnight. I'm here to tell you it's not going to happen overnight. I'm sorry to say that, but it's not. And so it's very, very important to understand this. And I know you're probably saying to me, yes, John, things sometimes can get challenging, they can get difficult. I hear you guys, but I have to tell you that it's all about what you're doing in life. It's about the thought process, okay, that you are currently in at the moment. Now, I know that sounds like something that is just like so, let's say, crazy, but I want to tell you that your thoughts are what propel, they propel reality. So, with knowing that, I think it's important to realize the whole concept of us taking things step by step by step by step. And I'm hoping, guys, that as you understand that, you'll be able to embrace what it really means. And so, and I know people sometimes say to me, John, I don't know what to do next. And I think that happens because we get stuck. We get stuck into a way that maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not the way we want it to be. Okay. Um, and that could be happening for, like I said, a lot of reasons. And the reason could be just something as simple as, I don't know, changing like our own perspective. And that perspective that we change is something I believe that's, well, it's quite beautiful, guys. Yeah, it's quite beautiful. And it's something that I believe some of us don't quite understand a lot of times the reasons to why these things are happening. And I want to let you know that these are important things. And so the more that we embrace the moment, the more that we're able to be successful. So it's a sequence of small, well chosen steps. Every episode, the lessons and the practice sessions build your momentum. Mm, really good. And allow you to stack progress one action at a time very solidly. Number three, systems evolve under new stress. And I know that can sound like something that is really, oh, I'm going to tell you a little bit crazy. All right. Um, and by a little bit crazy, I mean that it's about like what we're doing. All right. What we're doing. And the what we're doing is something that I believe most people don't understand. And the reason I say they don't understand is because they just don't get what's going on. All right. And by not getting what's going on, I feel that can be, well, a pretty big problem for a lot of people. All right. And so as we think about these things and we think about all the possibilities and what can go on, I think it's important to realize that we've got to be in that moment. Like really got to be in that moment. I know you're probably saying to me, John, this is kind of crazy. Um, and I know that sometimes we want to go a certain way, but we don't. And I think that happens because we put pressure on ourselves, right? Challenges aren't roadblocks, guys. They're catalysts. When you encounter stress, let it reveal areas ready for true improvement in your life. Embrace discomfort. See it as a sign that you're pushing boundaries away. Number four, adaptation starts by observing the imbalance. Success begins with keen observation. Notice where things feel off and use these cues to guide your next move. And I think that's a very, very important thing. Um, and so I know that a lot of you are saying to me, things are complicated, things are confusing, but they're not. Stay in the moment with me. Imbalance is an opportunity for realignment and transformation. Number five, guys, is a real important one, and that is this: change emerges from accumulated motion. Don't underestimate tiny wins. Nope, consistency is king. When you stack your efforts, lasting change starts to take root. Small actions, repeated birth, extraordinary outcomes. That's what life is about. But sometimes we get put into a trap of, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. I think that's a very important thing, to understand. Number six, flexibility determines survival. Flexibility determines survival. I think that's a very important thing to realize, that it does work like that. And so behind flexibility allows us to be resilient. Systems and people that bend don't break. Let's think about a bridge, for example, right? Why are bridges engineered to bend? So they don't snap, they don't break in the wind or the storms. Keep your approach adaptable and open to new ideas. Number 7, experimentation prevents stagnation. Complacency leads to decay. Always be willing to try new approaches, even if it means embracing initial uncertainty. And I know that sounds like something that's going to kind of, I don't know, confuse you. Experimentation fuels growth. So don't think you got to be a master overnight because no one is a master overnight. They learn from being in our world every single day. Number 8, move, measure, modify. My growth mantra is take action. All right. Evaluate your results, adapt as needed. It's the continuous loop that powers improvement in businesses, leadership, and life. That's important, guys. Very, very important. Number 9, repetition reveals what we need to specifically refine for ourselves. Repeat your efforts not blindly, but reflectively. Through repetition, the flaws and strengths reveal themselves, allowing precise refinement. The curve of improvement is non-linear. Real progress is a winding road. Expect sharp turns and new directions. Ups and downs are natural. What matters is consistent movement. That's important, guys. And I think sometimes we get lost in the shuffle, and that's perfectly okay. Number 11 is this: unlearn rigidity. Yeah, I know that's a hard one. Discard patterns that no longer serve you. As you grow, flexibility replaces old restrictive mindsets. Unlearning is as powerful as learning. Number 12, guys, change direction when data demands. Be guided by evidence, not an ego. Remember, whatever we can measure, folks, we can change in our life. Okay? That's important. Let your results point the way, even if it means pivoting a little from your original plan. Number 13, every pivot is a, well, performance review. Evaluate each change, learn from what worked, and just as much from what didn't work. Every pivot is a chance to improve. Number 14, adaptation thrives on simplicity. Complexity can slow you down, keep systems clear, and intention straightforward. Adaptation works best when it's simple. I think that's a hard thing to understand for a lot of people, that when it's simple, it works. Number 15, guys. Small deviations sustain stability. And I think that's another hard one for people to, I'm going to say, really understand. And I will tell you that because this is something you want to grow. But if you don't understand how to grow, it's like you frustrate yourself. So tiny, thoughtful tweaks create stability, letting you progress without unnecessary upheaval. Number 16, adjust tempo under turbulence. When times get tough, don't freeze. Shift your pace, adapt your rhythm, and keep moving forward. That's the key, guys. Number 17, growth is organized adaptation. Progress isn't random, it's planned. Organize your actions, set your goals, and track your journey. All right. And again, I know this sounds like something that is very hard for people to realize. Number 18, preserve essentials while transforming excess. Keep what works and shed what doesn't. Continuous growth requires safeguarding the core while letting go of the baggage that's around you. Okay. Letting go of that baggage. I think that's an important thing to realize. Number 19, guys. Are you ready for number 19? Okay. So, upgrades require shedding outdated systems. Okay. I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand as well. Advancement means dropping old methods that no longer work and deliver the results you want. Be open to replacing not only the method, but also, let's say, the time and the way it's being delivered. Because if we replace what's obsolete, we'll be successful. Number 20, guys, every cycle rewrites the rule book. And this is something a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like I don't understand this. I don't get it. There's no such thing as permanent routines. Each growth cycle inspires new rules and boundaries. That's truth. Number 21, predict chaos. You know, guys, chaos is going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you that. Plan reorientation, anticipate disruption, and plan your next steps. Don't let them rustle your feathers. Those who prepare for chaos adapt the quickest to it. Number 9, guys. Number 9. Number 9, actually, number 22, excuse me. Crises force fast adaptation. Urgency accelerates change in life, business, or leadership. Rise to the challenge and adapt with confidence. That's the key, guys. 23, rebound quickly from changes in flow. Adaptability is about recovery as much as, well, resilience. You see, the faster you bounce back, the further you can go. Number 24, adapt early to lead change. That's right, adapt early, not chasing it. True leaders set the pace. They don't wait for change. Make it happen early and inspire others by example. I said you can motivate people by saying certain things, right? But then a lot of times when we say certain things, we're actually not doing the do, right? We're not actually doing anything. I think that's a hard thing to realize, is that we need to understand what that is. And again, I know some people are going to say to me, hey, John, like, I don't understand. Number 25, data drives, as I said, durability. Track your progress and the results. Data is the compass that ensures long-term success. So like I said to you before, if you're doing something, you can't measure it, stop doing it. Figure out how to measure it, because if you can't measure it, then how do you ever change it? That's a very hard thing to grasp, right? A very, very hard thing to grasp. But you can grasp it. I want to tell you that right now. Number 26, guys, observe first, alter second. Yeah. Observe first and alter second. That reminds me of something that's pretty amazing, if you ask me. And by amazing, I mean that it has the potential to change our life. Okay. It has the potential to change our life. And that's something that I think we need to be celebrating. We need to understand why this is going that way and what's happening in our lives. But that doesn't happen from just jumping from point A to point B, right? It does not happen, right, like that. I think when we become grounded in the moment, success starts to shoot off, grow. Patience and awareness are your superpowers. Watch carefully, then act. Don't act abruptly. Thoughtful change outlasts impulsive reaction. Number 27, every update has a learning curve. I think that's another one that I think a lot of people don't realize. But it's important to understand this. All right. I think that's important to understand this. And I can tell you that it's about who we are and why we are something. Okay. Why we are something. And the why we are means something pretty big. Okay. It means something very big. It means we need to lock in on who we are in life. Okay. That's the key with that. Adaptation means constant education. It means constantly going back, changing, tweaking, making things better, embracing the learning process, knowing each new skill makes you just a little bit stronger. You may not get to that end road that you want tomorrow. It's going to take some time. You've got to learn the skills to get there, right? You've got to learn some skills to get there. And if you learn the skills to get there, then we can go where we want to go. Okay. Then we can truly go where we want to go. I think that's important to understand. And by understanding that one concept, we can actually make a very, very big change in our life. Number 28, guys. Transition in your life gracefully. Don't do abrupt stuff. Because when you do abrupt stuff, life causes challenges, life causes problems, right? And that's important to understand that it's about that kind of life. And that kind of life happens by the perceptions that we have in our own world, our own life. Okay. Transition gracefully, and change doesn't have to be chaotic, guys. Move with intention, ensuring each pivot feels natural and purposeful. Number 29, don't resist evolution, guide it, embrace it. Growth is inevitable. If we try to break our growth, well, it's going to be it's challenging and more than uncomfortable, right? We want to allow things to flow in our life. If we can do that, then we can change. That's a real important statement. Growth is inevitable, of course. Own the process and steer your transformation. Don't let circumstances around you dictate it. You know, we're all dealt different kinds of cards at sometimes in our life, whether those are good cards, bad cards, or mediocre cards. We got to embrace the cards we have and move forward with them. I think that is probably one of the most important things I want to share with you. Whatever cards you get, don't complain, don't whine about them. Move forward with those cards, right? Move forward with those cards. You'll be so glad that you actually did, right? I think that's a very important thing that I can tell you, how to understand that. And so thinking about the moment, right? Number 30, adaptive systems thrive on awareness. So make a choice. Stay curious consistently to attention. And this will allow you to harness change, master growth, and stay ahead of the curve. You're sometimes going to get saddened because something doesn't go your way. You're going to be upset because, it's not on your timeline right now. But I can tell you this, if you keep persisting, it will be on your timeline. Might not be tomorrow, but you'll keep moving closer and closer and closer to your timeline. That's a very, very important thing to understand. Extremely, extremely important. Be in the moment. And if you're in the moment, life will surprise you and it will support you by helping you achieve some of your favorite dreams. Keep believing in your dreams. I think that's a very, very important thing to recognize. Keep within your dreams. Okay? Because you can achieve them. You definitely can achieve these dreams. I invite you, ladies and gentlemen, of course, to connect with me now and anytime in the future by visiting believemeachieve.com. That's kind of like the central hub where you can get all the information about my short form content, my long form content, and so much more. Okay? So much more. Even articles. Okay? And my goal is to provide things that empower you to become a better version of yourself. You can listen now, you can listen later, you can listen on the run, whatever you like. For more great content, be sure to visit believemeachieve.com and I'll help you step forward one foot at a time to become just a little bit better than you were before. I'm your coach, I'm your guide, and I'll help you unlock workplace motivation and personal motivation to elevate a leadership and allow you to live your best life. So let's elevate your life now. Let's give you some great podcast wisdom and let's start sharing those inspirational stories for ourselves and to help motivate others. And together, we'll be able to create an amazing life. Join me every day and let's inspire growth together. Are you ready? Thanks, everyone. Have a good one tonight.